and welcome to the Hot Mess Diaries. I'm your host Tash and I'm so excited to be in your ears right now. I pretty much just am another Gen Z / Zillennial girl who has the equipment to film a podcast and annoy you twice a week. That's right, we're going to be doing 2 episodes per week, one which will be chatty, topic-based, and the second which will be answering any submissions that you send through in a bit of a Dear Diary segment. So, before we get too far into the episode, I previously had a podcast called Hot Girl Heartbreak, and all of the episodes should still be in the same Spotify Apple playlist as this one is. However, I started that podcast when I was 24, literally a day before 25, and I had recently separated from my husband, so I wanted to document that journey of being an ex-wife, going back into the single life in your mid-20s, which was a bit random, and I thought that was my niche. However, my single life did not really last very long. I fell into a relationship and I didn't really have, the ideas that I thought were going to be in Hot Girl Heartbreak. It just didn't resonate with me anymore. You're talking about a girl who's fresh in a relationship and is not heartbroken. And I just didn't know how to take that back. So I took some time and decided that it was time for a rebrand. And you guys loved all my hot mess stories and Hot Girl Heartbreak. So that's where the idea of Hot Mess Diaries came through. I cannot take all of the credit though, because I knew the angle I wanted to approach with this podcast. However, I didn't know how to get it into action. So then I discovered ChatGPT and pretty much put my whole life story in there, and they actually came up with the title of the Hot Mess Diaries, and they came out with the outline of how I should approach this. So thank you, AI. Could not do this without you. So if you are a listener from Hot Girl Heartbreak and you have listened to Hot Mess Diaries for the first time, I just want to say a huge thank you for being my #1 support, for asking when more episodes are coming out, for keeping in touch with me, for loving and sharing and downloading all of my episodes. If you didn't know, we were actually one of the top 16% of shared podcasts globally last year. So for a girl with barely a following and only a few episodes of a podcast out, that was a massive achievement, even though it's a very saturated market. I wasn't in the top 17, I wasn't in the top 18, I was in the top 16. So I am so grateful, and I can only imagine where we can take this podcast if we work together. So a bit of housekeeping. Please, 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 this podcast would be nothing if you don't listen to it, but it's also nothing if you don't engage with it, download it, share it, tell your friends, tell your family, post little screenshots of you walking and listening to my podcast and tagging me. I do have Instagram for this podcast, which is at Hot Mess Diaries Pod. And then on the rest of my socials, you can also find me at Tash Oakes. Oakes is Oakes. So I would really appreciate if you would do that for me. Otherwise, I'm just sitting in my room talking to nobody. So I thought we would approach these episodes beginning with a bit of a life update. But because this is the first time we're talking in this format, I thought I might give you a bit of a current life update in bulk of kind of where I'm at right now in life. And then we'll end the episode with a more recent life update. And then from the following episodes that go, we're kind of keeping up with each other. So basically, about 6 weeks ago, I left unexpectedly my full-time job in the insurance industry, which was my dream job. I worked so hard and I was going at a pace that I was really proud of myself for. It was honestly, everything in my career just looked like it was going in the right direction, but my mental health just wasn't keeping up with me and I could not do it any longer. I tried, and I'm the kind of person who won't like to let anyone know when things are not working out. And I think I did that for too long and ended up crumbling. I went away on a work trip that I had been looking forward to for like 6 months, and it was a bucket list in my career to go on a work trip. And this was my first one. So I went to Queensland for a conference, and basically less than 24 hours after I had arrived, I ended up in the hospital because I was not safe to be by myself. I was not safe where I was really overwhelmed, and I got to a point where I just couldn't switch my brain off. And it was an eye-opener to me that I can't even last 24 hours on a work trip that I've been looking forward to. I can't keep pushing through these 5-day long weeks, 38 hours, and just acting like everything's okay, because it's not, and it needs urgent attention. So I resigned from my job pretty much immediately, was put on stress leave from my doctor, and I felt relieved in a sense that I, had some more time to myself. But then there's also the reality of the fact that I was divorced last year. I don't have a heap of savings, literally none. Like, I have no savings, and I still have to survive. So I knew I had a bit of a platform, like 1,000 followers from previously, and I do kind of get some opportunities that come through on my socials. So I thought, you know what, let's just take what opportunities we can get, put ourselves out there a bit more, and just focus on working for yourself and taking care of yourself. Be your own boss and be able to look after yourself. And surprisingly, it's kind of just really worked out. I still have really low followers, which is fine because my community is so engaged that I get such incredible opportunities. I'm maintaining a level of lifestyle that I wouldn't be able to if I was completely unemployed. And I'm also working alongside one of my best friends. She has a coaching brand, so I've had the opportunity to work with her on her socials. And so that's where we're sitting here today. It's currently a Thursday in the middle of the day, and rather than sitting behind a desk at an office, I'm sitting in front of a camera talking to you guys. And I would not have been able to do that without the support of so many people around me, believing in me, encouraging me, and also without being able to block out the noise from so many other people who just want to bring you down and just want to be selfish, don't want to see you succeed. And that was really hard for me. I really don't like disappointing people. And, I left my job pretty much effective immediately. And of course, I know I upset a lot of people doing that. It would have been really hard on their business. But at the end of the day, I haven't spoken to them now in 6 weeks. I haven't heard from them. I haven't thought about them. And I am feeling so much better in my mental health. I am achieving so much more than I ever thought that I could. And I'm excited for life again. So obviously, if you guys didn't pick up, I struggle with my mental health. So I also want to preface that will probably be a reoccurring theme through some of these episodes. There will always be links to Lifeline Beyond Blue or any other links that you guys recommend me include for any listeners that might feel triggered or just need a little bit of extra help. But I also want you to know that if you ever need somebody, you can absolutely reach out to me. I am now your new best friend, and I never want anyone to feel like they don't have someone. So even if we've never met and you are feeling a certain way, I want you to slide into my DMs, send me an email, do whatever you need to, and I will be there for you, because nobody deserves to feel like they're alone, because they're not. But what's recently going on in my life? Let's take away all the big life-changing blah blah. What have I recently been doing? So I went to the snow recently with some friends. There was actually like a large group of us that went, and everyone was going snowboarding, and I am a hot mess. And I literally cannot even ride a bike or do anything with any coordination requirements. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna go snowboarding. Not for me. I'm just gonna like sit in a lodge, read a book, have a hot chocolate. And that's not what happened. I went to Mount Buller, which I've never really even been to the snow before. I've seen the snow like once, but I've never been to the snow when people snowboard and toboggan and stuff. So I had a very different idea in my mind of what it was going to be like. And I got there and it was like so hectic. It was so busy. It was just a massive tourist attraction, and I don't know why I didn't expect that, but there were so many places to go. I was freezing cold. All my friends are in their snowboard gear and like beanies and stuff. I didn't have a beanie, didn't have gloves, had a lioness puffer jacket, cargo pants, and boots from Maya. So I was not dressed for the weather. And I could not find, my lodge that I wanted to find, because everywhere's just a tourist attraction. So there was another girl, Emily, and she also did not want to snowboard. So we went to this like restaurant place, and it was just chaos. Like absolutely disgusting chaos. And we knew we didn't want to eat there. So we decided to Google, sorry, I'm not going to take any credit. Emily decided to Google where we should go for food. And then anyway, up pops a spa. Like there's a spa at Mount Buller. So we immediately were like, yes, we're going to the spa. We start walking around this massive mountain. I don't even know what you call it. I suppose it's a mountain because it's Mount Buller. But like we're walking around everywhere. It's snowing like crazy. It's very wet. We're freezing. And we have no idea where we're going. So we just start being so obnoxious, asking people, sorry, do you know where the spa is? Where's the spa? And all these people in snow gear, because we were literally the worst dressed people there. Emily was also in just like trackies and Doc Martens. So I think everyone could see that we were not there to have anything to do with the snow. And so the idea of us going to the spa was just comedic for the general public. We walked around for so long looking for this spa. Eventually, this man came up to us and was like, where are you guys going? And I think he knew we were going to the spa. And we were like, oh, we're looking for the spa. And he walked us there. We go there and it's like so hot in this spa area. We are so excited to get in the spa. There is no one there to let us into the spa. There's just an empty desk, some people who are drinking some tea, and we're like, we need to get in this spa. I need to put my things down. I need to get my clothes off. I'm so hot. So we basically wait there for like 10 minutes. No one rocks up. So we're like, fuck it, let's just go in. Let's just go in. No one's here anyway. And we walk into the change rooms and realize like we don't have a towel and we need towels. So we're running around. I'm hiding in the bathroom looking for towels. Emily's trying to like sneakily run around the spa looking for towels. We cannot find any towels. So we're like, we're going to have to bite the bullet and go back out there and just wait. So eventually we get served, pay our $45 for 3 hours. Like we did not break the bank. And we're like, where are the towels? And they were literally right there in front of us the entire time. Like we so could have gotten away with sneaking in. But anyway, paid our money like good girls. And we go into the change rooms. Amazing for me. I'm not wearing any knickers. I'm just freeballing it. And obviously we're about to go into a spa. So I need to wear something. I kind of thought I might get away with just a towel, but there were signs that said you must wear a swimsuit. So I kind of freaked out for a bit there until I remembered that Jack, my boyfriend, had actually asked me to hold a pair of his spare undies for when he gets off the snow. So I thought, fuck it. He can wear wet knickers from the snow. This is more important. I need to get into this spa. So I'm wearing my boyfriend's jocks, a nude bra, and we go into this spa and it is just absolute chaos. I think every single person there hated the fact that we were there. We were just laughing, putting on the jets for 3 hours. We were prunes when we walked out of there, and then we tried to keep it a secret from everyone that we went to the spa, but we just could not keep it in. We were like, I hope you guys had fun on the snow, but literally we found a spa. Like, if that not the most girly hot mess shit you've ever heard, I've never been more proud of myself. So number one tip, if you want to go to the snow, make sure there's a spa, because we don't need any fucking snow, all right? It's not fun. I don't understand how that's appealing to anyone. It's cool to look at, but why would I want to literally fall over? Like, I'm literally paying 200 odd bucks for a lift pass to fall over for a few hours. No thanks, not for me. For this little intro video, that's probably all we need to touch base with today. So I'm very grateful that you've clicked on and listened. I hope you've listened the whole way through. Please make sure that you share and do all that fun stuff. And I will be back on Friday to answer your Dear Diary questions or submissions. It doesn't have to be questions, just send through your stories, and that will be the next episode that you can listen to. Please make sure that you've got your notifications on, all that fun stuff. Subscribe to my stuff. I am very grateful to be here, and I really hope you guys like it, and I will wrap it up for now. So I'll speak to you next time. Love you.